vertical circle. The teapot. Stretch your arm forward and imagine holding a tray with a teapot and 5 full cups of tea. Once we serve the people in front, we are turning the wrist and passing the teapot underneath the armpit to the people at the back. Try not to spill the tea from the cups. We spin forward, up and above our head and down in a circular motion. Some points to remember. The hand should pass as close to the armpit as possible. This will create momentum and flow continuously to the next circle. Now let's change hands. We can practice both hands at the same time. It might look too complicated at first glance, but it's just as easy as doing one hand at a time. The wave. We imagine standing in the sea with the water up to our hips. Our hands are sinking in the water and pushing the ocean in one direction. As we rise and take our hands out of the water, we look at the drops falling down and inhale. As we sink down above the other leg, we'll push the water with our waist as we exhale. Then rise, shift your weight, sink and push to the other side. The heavier you imagine the water resistance, the better you'll work out and flow. Tree roots. The purpose of the tree roots is to strengthen us on both the physical and spiritual levels. First, we rise up high, so we can then sink down, deepening our imaginary third root. The first 2 roots are in the legs, and the third is an extension of our center line. As we rise, our crown is extended into the heavens, and as we sink, it penetrates into the earth, lining up with the earth's center, and pops out below at the other side and into the abyss. This gives us a chance to experience our infinite power of imagination. Knowing that we have a common center with the earth below, and the heavens above. Sinking down helps us develop Jing, or spring-like ground force, in our feet. Bow and arrow. One hand is holding the arrow, stretching it backwards, as the other hand points forward as the arrow head. Upon aiming at the bullseye and stretching, we'll inhale, and once releasing the imaginary arrow, we exhale, letting go and relaxing all the muscle groups in the upper body. We then turn and perform the same action on the other side. In the bow and arrow, we are training our focusing ability and our intentions as we direct the arrow to the target. It's also a chance to practice a smooth transition between yin and yang, shifting from a 70% stretch to a complete relaxation. Above all, we want to unite body and mind by coordinating the breathing, the cardiovascular system, with our mind and movements, so all systems collaborate harmoniously. An alternative is the open palm version. It's a softer approach to this exercise, as we concentrate on opening and closing the body, as we shift our weight from one leg to the other. Gathering Qi. With one leg forward pointing straight, the back leg at a 45-degree angle, we start to swim in the sea of air, imagining the water resistance. Let's relax into it as we synchronize the direction we move with the direction we breathe. That means inhaling while moving back and exhaling as we move forward. Once we get into a flow, we can calm our mind, empty the thoughts, concentrate on nowness. That means here and now. Through this present moment, we start to accumulate Qi, or internal energy, by vacuuming it through our feet and palms, using our breathing as the vehicle. Swinging arms. Now let's swing our arms, letting go, enabling the body to forget the previous movement and preparing it to go to the next one. Tai Chi Ruler. With one leg forward, let's hold a ball as wide as our shoulders and start to rotate it on the vertical circle. The vertical circle is a very natural way to circulate energy as we shift our body weight forward and back. It's also an easy way to master yin and yang as we shift between empty and full. Once we shift the weight onto one leg, it's filling up as the other gets empty. After several minutes, we might be able to feel the sensation of our body weight transferred to our hands, or that the ball we are turning becomes heavier. This is one way to feel Qi flowing in our body, as our weight can lend itself to the flow of internal energy. Try to enjoy this sensation, and if you do not, just embrace the sky and relax. Pulling a boat. Working with our body weight, submitting it freely forward and backwards, helps us generate a force. This force could be used effortlessly as we pull a boat out of the water. So reach out and catch the thick rope, pulling it towards your hips and using the entire weight to pull the boat. Brush knee is another movement from the Tai Chi classics. It appears in many Tai Chi styles. Standing with one leg forward, the lower part of the body is doing a similar back and forth movement just as we've done previously. The upper body demands a bit more coordination as we turn 2 circles simultaneously, one in each hand. The upper hand pushing forward as the lower hand brushes around the knee. In the martial art application of this movement, the lower hand will be protecting the knee from a kick as the upper hand pushes the opponent away. But in this traditional Qi Kung move, we are not emphasizing the martial arts aspect. Rather, we concentrate on mastering, generating, expressing, and refining internal energy. And let's embrace the sky. The snake. The yin and yang aspects of this spinal energy program are being emphasized through opening and closing the hips and shoulder joints together. So let's follow the ancient Taoist rule of first the outside and then the inside. The outside always